Hi, and welcome back to the director's commentaries on Callback Episode 3. And this one is called The Hot Dog, and you'll figure out why in a very short time. So, just before kicking off this episode here, I'm going to talk later on during this episode about a very big catastrophe that happened during the shooting of this series. And this episode in particular gave us a lot of trouble to shoot, and I'm going to try to explain you why. But first, just take a look at the scene here with a fixed shot, and I pretty much like that shot here. I've worked hard with the lighting. I wanted to have a joyful ambiance. I didn't try to go with a dim lit ambiance, so I wanted to have something that was joyful, and but at the same time I didn't want to shoot a light on the white wall on the left side here, because it's white walls are always a challenge. So what I did is I decided to put a Fresnel in the basement of the house, bouncing the light on a bouncing board with some motifs on it, and it created a variation of intensity of the light on the white wall on the side and on the door, and I'm pretty proud of what I've achieved. I also like those inserts here and the close-up shot on my co-star. Pretty satisfied with the first third of this episode here. Now, this episode was the only one where the gag was visual, and you'll understand right now. Yeah. So the gag is mostly visual compared to all the 5 other episodes. And here, when I shot that, I made sure that my co-star had never seen me in the costume before. And I started with shooting her first to make sure that I would get her real reaction right here. So I don't know if it's the first shot, but I mean, every time she saw me coming out of that room, she was really laughing. So yeah, so that's how I came up with that, the way I shot that scene. Take a look also at the wall in the back, in the bedroom. I did the same thing with that white wall. My camera guy remembered me. Hey, Simon, don't you want to do something there? And I said, yeah, thank you for reminding me. So I decided to make some effect on the wall. So the wall in the bedroom is not flat white. There's some I shot the Fresnel through a cookie, so that's how I did that effect. Those close-up shots are not my favorite ones, but I kept them anyway. So here I'm gonna fall on, from the back I'm falling on a mattress here, but from the front we had to take it off, and I fell on my knees many times because we shot it on different angles, and let me tell you, I had bruises on my knees at the end of the day. Now here, everything that comes before that is part of the catastrophe that I was talking about, and I'm going to come back to that. And now focus with everything that comes after. Everything that comes after here, we had to go on a reshoot for everything. So the first time, everything was not good. So this shot here, the first time that we shot it, the camera was on a tripod, and we couldn't see very well the action, all the gag that were happening on the floor. So I came up with the idea of shooting it from the ceiling, God's eye view, like we say. And I thought it was going to be much better, and there's a very big difference. But also another reason why we had to shoot it again, because the first time we only had a lavalier microphone. So you can imagine here that my lavalier was inside the costume, and my partner, while she was barely, she was crushing it on top of me. So the sound was not good at all. So when we went on a reshoot, a friend of mine joined us, and she was operating the boom pole, a third microphone. So that's why the sound is much better. And I came up with the idea of shooting the scene that way with narration on top, by I got inspired by The Wolf of Wall Street from Martin Scorsese, where DiCaprio falls on the ground while he's on the phone, and when the drug kicks in, and he has to crawl to his white Lamborghini outside. So that's my version of that. Now here there's supposed to be another scene, but it wasn't fitting, so I didn't put it there, and I'm going to come back to that. Now here we're also this is also a one shot, a oneer, a sequence shot, and we also had to reshoot that one also. And the reason is mainly because of the sound. The first day we shot that, there was a lot of wind outside, and we only had our lavalier microphones, so the sound was not good, and we had to do it again. Since we had a boom operator, we said, yeah, let's try it again with an external mic, and it was much better, but it was so much warmer that day. I think that day was about 33 degrees Celsius outside, and I was totally baked inside that costume. It was so hot that day. I had to go inside to the AC and go outside at the moment we were about to shoot. No need to tell you that we were very well rehearsed, because the first day we shot it about 10 times, and that day we had to do it almost as many times, at least 8 times I would say, to rehearse the boom, the camera and everything, and also not to laugh, because a few of those shots we were laughing, especially my partner, which she laughs very easily, so that's of a good company. Now here, take a look at the feet. Okay, there will be some kind of dancing. I came up with those dancing steps. First time we shot it, I had a close-up shot of my feet while I was dancing that way, and when I was jumping. But I lost those shots. I don't know why. I couldn't find them, so I had to stick to this shot. My co-star here, she's laughing. I didn't thought she was going to laugh, but she couldn't kept she couldn't avoid it. So she told me, you know, Simon, I would laugh because you're funny. So I said, okay, so play it that way. It's up to you, and it works. Now this shot inside the car, we also shot that scene. I think we went in and reshoot 4 times for that one because the sound was never good. And we ended up nailing that scene just before the pizza guy came, the delivery guy came, and yeah, we had a good snack. So the thing that happened is everything before the card, the title, that episode, I've lost everything, all the data and all the work that's been done because my hard drive crashed and I couldn't recover them. So the good thing is that I found a way to recover those episodes that I've had uploaded on another channel, secondary YouTube channel of mine. I've been able to recover them not in the compressed YouTube format, but in the original quality that I had exported them. So those are the episodes that you saw. They were recovered from YouTube. Now this scene here is the one that was supposed to go after the one on the floor, but I couldn't put it there because it was not in continuity. Remember, we were totally exhausted on the ground, out of breath, and I thought that my partner was way too relaxed. It was not fitting. I myself was not delivering the dialogue convincingly. I was not proud of my acting in that. And the light was very different because it was late that day. The fake sun that was coming from the window was a Fresnel, and it was very hard to match, especially from the previous scene. So I said, you know what, we've worked too hard on that scene not to show it, so I decided to put it there instead of the bloopers like in the other episodes. Now also take a look at the way I go out of that scene. That would have been very fitting with the scene that comes after that, because it goes to black that way, and the other one is a fade from black. So that transition would have worked, but it was not working with the scene before. So I hope you liked it, and see you in about a week from now for episode number 4. Thank you.